Good day. Welcome to Friday, July 18th, everyone. 2 more days till the big day. Today, I was called to use this beautiful deck. Oh, it's sunshiny, so you might not be able to see it quite well. And it's The Secret Language of Light, Transmissions from Your Soul. So when I use this deck in a reading or at a market, I let people know, I'm like, this is messages from your soul. And it's a beautiful deck. So let's see what message we have today from said souls or soul. What message do we have for Fridays? Woo. Okay. Well, one for sure. 3 came out. 4 came out. Oh my goodness. We'll go with these 2 because they feel right. Always go with what you feel. So we have number 10, Soul Craft, and I have a feeling that this is about creation, but we're going to look deeper into it. And number 22, Divine Animals. So again, I think this is about tapping into nature or tapping into an animal essence that you resonate with, but I will look into that. So let's start with Soulcraft first. Number 10 in the wonderful book. I'm always finding nothing has gone wrong. I'm always finding cards within my cards, because when I do work, sometimes I just place hold with some stuff, which I'm also learning to be okay letting go of that, not letting go of the reading, but if I haven't finished it, because I usually write stuff down, but an example would be I use this one deck for doing a past lives reading, and it was so interesting, and I used at least 12 cards out of this one deck, and I was just holding place with it in the pages, and they sat there for ever until I could get back to it. And I really wanted to use this deck for another reading. So I was just okay, it's all right if you just take those cards out and put them back in their deck. You know what you were writing. You have everything written down. So it's quite the practice to look into where you're holding on to things like control and allowing it to let go. So that's probably just a bonus message for the day. Let's see, number 10. 9, 10. Soulcraft. Life happens from you, not to you. Let's say that again. Life happens from you, not to you. The thoughts, ideas, and topics you incessantly discuss are crafting your life. So focus on ones that make your heart smile. You are ready to receive answers from your soul about any topics, thoughts, or ideas that you want to change. Be wise in your crafting, and the path of least resistance will call you. Talk about letting go of control and all that, right? That's really funny. Where are we? Be wise in your crafting, and let the path of resistance will call you. Different soul vibrations will inspire different actions. If you're feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or sleep. If you're feeling love, you will be inspired to do things that emulate love in your day. We all sense with our souls, but often override it with rational mind. Trust your soul is bringing you the most up-to-date information. This actually reminds me of the channeler Brashear, and the most beautiful piece pulled from 90% of his channels is follow your passion. Every day, follow your passion, day to day, minute to minute, moment to moment. So, and that doesn't always mean so my passion is being a soul coach and helping people and all these things, but passion can be pulled down to this finite space of when you first wake up, what would you like to do? Do you want to get up and journal or dance or make a coffee? What is it that you are most moved to do? And use that as your guide when making choices in life, because usually I could either go for a nap or do dishes, Well, sit with that. Some days the dishes are what I want to do, like, over the nap, or some days the nap is what I want to do over the dishes, and that's okay. What it is that you're called to do is what it is you're supposed to do, and that's wonderful. So now let's go look at number 22, the animal, or divine animal. Soul companions on your journey. Oh, this is so sweet. I did a reading with a lady the other day talking about her passed down pet. And as we were talking, I saw, like, in my mind, I saw this pet, like, just stuck to her side like glue. And as she walked her path in my mind, this dog was, like, right next to her. Well, her pet was a dog. And, like, that just told me and confirmed to me that this animal, though passed down, is, like, her protector. It is her spirit animal. They are connected, and this animal wants to be there with her and wants to help her through and support her and protect her. So I thought that was, like, the most beautiful thing. Spend time with your pet or in the company of any animal to realize the same light that flows through you flows through all living creatures. We all create different containers for our soul experiences, depending on our individual desires and dreams. Humans experience greater contrast than animals. That is why our influence and creations are wider reaching. However, this also makes it easier for us to split and stray from our hearts. Animals reflect the divine love that we are, because they're just so natural and so innocent. When we are around animals, it is easier to move into alignment, where we can be inspired to garner creations. People often believe that they receive unconditional love from an animal, as an animal is more likely to be aligned with its soul's instinct and doesn't need you to be different. Hold on, let me read that again. As an animal is more likely to be aligned with its soul instinct and doesn't need you to be different to who you are for it to feel loved. You will feel free to be who you are. When you emulate this behavior for yourself, life becomes more relaxed, loving, and your relationship will copulate to a whole new level of joy. So this is also true as to, like, so I don't have any pets currently. The pets that I did have previously, heart and soul. And having a really great conversation with a friend the other day about pets and taking on the responsibility of having a pet. Some people have pets or own pets as just, like, to have a something, whereas some people invite having pets into their world or into their family as, like, family members. Like, that is quite the commitment to have a pet in our discussion and in our experiences. They become part of our family. So it is very important that you are ready to have this pet and that you treat it with love and respect, right? And also, this friend has been going on quite the journey, and they go on nature walks, and nature has just been talking crazy wild to this person through all sorts of different animals, deer and eagles and rabbits and birds and so many different things. And personally, I love connecting with crows, and I love connecting with big cat animals like lions or leopards, just to be, like, sitting in that energy and that essence, because although the sun is evolving and we are evolving, animals are also evolving. They are so smart, but they're still so in tune with nature, and so they're not run by, like, agenda like we are, or as much ego maybe as we are. I know that there are some animals out there that are, like, more highly conscious and probably do, like, if you meet somebody with a dog that that the dog knows better than the person, like, that the dog knows it can get away with things, like, that's a highly evolved consciousness in an animal, and maybe they might have a little bit of ego, and they may be like, well, I do whatever I want to because I know I can, and that's absolutely well and fine. But when you get out into nature, like with rabbits and birds and such, they are just literally living their lives, and they are trying not to, mingle with us too much. They've probably come to know and accept that, like, some of us give them food or can be really nice, but you know, they are wary and they keep their distance and they just go about their lives doing whatever it is they do. And I think that is pretty amazing. So I feel a big overall umbrella message would be with the Soulcraft is follow your passion. If that's like a nature walk to connect with animals, go do that. But follow your passion, and not take it away from the animals, but just, it's kind of like really tune into your unconditional love space. And what does that look like? And what does that feel like? And are you giving that into yourself? And are you putting that out into the world? Is that something that you wish to examine? So with that being said, have a great weekend.